Yerevan, the capital city of Armenia, is one of the world's oldest cities, but you wouldn't necessarily get that impression when walking around the city centre. Various wars over the centuries, the influence of communist rule, and the devastating earthquake and rebuild have all left their mark on the appearance of the city. In the centre of the city, there is an area that has seen practically no development, an area called Kond. Thanks guys. These days the streets of Kond are filled with street art. There are three main streets running through the area, but running off these streets are little narrow streets where I'm hoping to find old houses that are kind of leaning on each other for support, ruined entrances. This is St. John the Baptist Church, which was built in 1710 but then destroyed in a huge earthquake. It was completely rebuilt in the 80s. And now, as well as a church, it's also an education and cultural centre which offers foreign language, art and computer classes. I think that's what this might be over here. This is what I was expecting when I came to Kond. A lot of the people in this area don't even have addresses, but what I wasn't expecting is this. Looks like there is development going on in Kond after all. It seems like a lot's happened in the last few years in the area of Kond, because I was expecting a bit of a shanty town, a bit of a little ghetto within the city. Looks like things are changing in Kond. This is a little bit more like what I was expecting. Historically, the people that lived in Kond were considered to be those on the edges of society. Refugees, immigrants, people who didn't abide by the Soviet rule. Because the place was left alone by the government in the 80s and 90s, it became known as a criminal hotbed. But the best way to experience Kond is to get off the three main streets and just wander amongst the little alleys in between. These days it's considered to be one of the friendliest areas in the city. People leave their washing out on the street, children play, everyone trusts each other. It's literally a maze. I have no idea which parts I've already been and seen. I'm just wandering around aimlessly. Apparently around here there's the remains of an old mosque. I've not managed to find it yet. It's actually on the main street. It's very easy to get lost in Kond. You never know whether you're actually walking down the street or whether it's actually just someone's house. Streets aren't getting any narrower than this. I think it might actually be in someone's house now. Wow, this is incredible. I don't know whether this is the remains of the mosque, because it does say there's just a wall left, so maybe this is it. Have positive graffiti, full of diversity, full of love for the kids, full of history, love. None of these roads are on Google Maps. All you've got is the roads that lead around the area. No one seems bothered that I'm here. I'm not exactly sure how to get out. Or maybe? No. Absolutely no one knows where I am right now. Tell you something, it must be an absolute nightmare trying to get a pizza delivered if you live in Kond. Bloody hell. Well, I think I've discovered most of Kond. Walked around the main streets. It's an interesting little place. Completely different to the rest of the city centre, and it's bang in the middle. So it's definitely worth checking out. Now, I've absolutely no idea where I am right now, which is always the best way.
Yes.